What's up, India? Hello, this is the Professor, and look, I have the Warrior Queen with me. Did I scare you, India? I didn't mean to scare you. Well, I kind of did.
Some people don't like when you shout.
Arnab likes it. Arnab
Some
does.
people do. It's true.
We're going to talk about an Indian film, kind of. It had Indians in it, but I don't know. I wouldn't call it a Bollywood film.
I wouldn't call it a Bollywood film either, but it is based on a true story about an Indian boy.
And it was called Lion.
Right. Which I correctly guessed was because that was the meaning of his Indian name.
What a film.
That was
I was blown away by this film. Blown away.
Right.
Did you like this film?
I loved it. I want to start off by saying I was initially skeptical when I heard that Nicole Kidman was going to be in it. I was a little surprised because she's
a ginger and she doesn't have a soul.
Well, we know her here as an American actress. She is Australian, of course. But she's been in a lot of American films. She's married to, well, that's her ex-husband. Right. She's married to Keith Urban, a country singer, here in America. And so I was a little skeptical when I saw she was going to be in it because I thought, she's not really a good actress. And I was afraid she was going to take away from the film. She did not.
No.
This film was so good.
It was really good.
I cried. It was really good.
I cried too.
Very, very good.
I cried. I cried a lot.
Okay, first off, so Nicole Kidman was in it, and then I think his name is David Wenham, who is in Iron Fist.
Is the bad guy.
On Netflix, is one of the bad guys. So I was like, oh my gosh, what are we doing? And then Nawazuddin Siddiqui.
And didn't I tell you he is either like a cop or a creepy dude?
I was like, oh my
gosh. He was a creepy dude in this thing.
He was so creepy. He was in it for like the briefest moment.
I'm going to spoon with this kid.
Right,
Let me
like
see your
one
muscle.
little scene he's in, but we saw his name in the opening credits, and I was like, hold on. That's Father Martin. That's the dude from Rama and Raghav 2.0, whose name I always forget. And then I'm like, okay, Nawazuddin Siddiqui. Now I know his name.
Siddiqui never gives a bad... Was that a bad performance?
It wasn't bad at all, but he was so creepy.
And you mentioned something to me, too, on your little notes about moms. Dad Patel, who played the boy... that's trying to figure out where he's going, where he came from.
Okay.
About his mom being in Gulab Gang. And I've seen
Priyanka Bose.
I've seen Gulab Gang.
I have not.
The film should have been the best thing ever. It was terrible.
Oh.
It should have. It's based on a true story.
Oh.
A true story, and it was just terrible.
Well, Lion is also based on a true story, and this was amazing.
Yes, it was.
So sad because this poor little boy... they're living in just poverty, and his mom is working hard to support him and his brother. So the little boy is Saru, although he finds out after years and years and years he's been mispronouncing his name his whole life. It's not Saru, it's Sharu, which means lion. And then his brother Gudu, and then he had two sisters, and then his mom, and so
he had two sisters. He had one sister.
No, there were two sisters, remember? There was the little one he was supposed to look after. I'm certain there were two sisters. I will look it up, but I'm certain there were two. So anyhow, there's no dad around, and they're poor, and his mom is basically a laborer. And so he helps his mom, but his brother is kind of doing whatever he can to get money and food for the family. So his brother steals a lot, and he goes with his brother to steal some things often. And so in the middle of the night, one night, brother Gudu is going to go out and do something that's, illicit, something his mom would not approve of. And Saru convinces him to take him along. And then, thus unfolds the whole story.
And what a beautiful little thing when Gudu was telling him, like, you're too little. You can't lift bales. And he's like, look, I lift this bicycle.
And he's
lifting
a
chair.
He's
like, look, I can lift this stuff up.
And he's 5, and he's just trying to show how strong and big he is to help, because he wants to help. He doesn't want to be left behind. And so they leave behind the little sister then. And so they go off and they obviously get separated. And unbeknownst to us at the time, the older brother actually gets killed that night.
Yes, right.
And so imagine for Mom, for, more than 20 years, she knows the one son is dead, and she has no clue what happened to the younger son.
What happened to the other one?
And so just the whole story of how he finally finds his mom and realizes after all these years he was mispronouncing the name of the town that he was actually from, because he kept saying Ganeshtale, and it was actually two separate words, and it was like Ganesh Talai. And so he was getting it totally wrong, but he was 5. I mean,
it's like my Hindi.
He just didn't understand. He got his own name wrong.
Right.
And so, it was so sad. But a lot of very loving interplay from his adoptive parents.
Yes.
Just showing how they longed to have these children, and how they provided a home for them, for him. And a year later, they would adopt another Indian boy who had a lot of developmental or mental issues.
Rad, I think.
Probably. And so what a great story. He was able to, achieve a good life in Australia with his adoptive parents, but he never forgot where he came from, and he never forgot his biological family.
And it was genius how... when he's at college and he's kind of making friends and they're planning the grown-up days of their lives, like what we're going to do, kind of like how our son is doing now. He just finished college, and you see them kind of going through this process. I'm going to work here, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. And he starts hanging out with some folks, and there are Indians mixed in there.
Right.
And he's over at their house, I don't know, for like a party, maybe they're going to have some snacks and play games or something, and he sees a treat in the kitchen, in a traditional Indian...
I think they were jabelis.
And he sees that, and it starts to trigger his memory, because he always wanted these jabelis in the film when he was a kid. Like, he wanted them all.
Yep.
I want all the jabelis. He wanted
the way
to eat
he
all.
Bites it then, as an adult, he bites it and smells it, because he's remembering his childhood and being with his brother in the market when they would walk by and see these jabelis being cooked.
This guy, Dev Patel, who played this role of the lion
as an adult,
was outstanding.
Yes,
well, even the little boy was good.
He was so adorable.
This was well written, well casted, well acted, well directed. I mean, the film was unbelievably good. I mean, unbelievably good. And what are you doing?
I am looking up how many siblings there were, because I thought he had 2
all of
sisters.
India is watching you not pay attention right now.
I am paying attention to this right now. I'm not paying attention to you right now, but that's okay.
And that's rude.
Hey, listen,
India, tell her this
it's
is rude.
rude for you to interrupt me all the time.
No, it's charming.
No.
It's charming.
Finish your thought.
No, we'll just wait for you.
Stop.
We'll be like the teacher.
Finish.
No, we'll wait.
I am actually a retired teacher, so enough there.
Lion was outstanding. Absolutely outstanding. And I wonder, like, why don't you, when you get your phone there, why don't you look up Dev Patel? What else has he been in?
No, that would be rude. So we will do that another time. So, he did a great job. I loved the whole film. It was really, really good. I also loved at the end of the film when they're kind of rolling through the credits and they showed some actual pictures of Sharu as a little boy and then as an adult, and they showed his biological mom, his adoptive parents, and then they showed the little video clip of him bringing his adoptive mom to India to meet his biological mom. Oh my gosh, that was such an emotional little video.
It was great. It was great, wasn't it?
That was. I loved it.
What grade would you give this?
A. No question.
I'm going to say it's higher than an A. It's one of these things that we're going to grade on a curve. So I would put this at, like, if an A ends at 100%, I'm going to move this thing up with extra credit to 125.
Oh, that sets the bar really high for other films.
So then, you start having that weird bar effect, the bell curve effect.
Right.
Where, this should be a B, now it's bumped to a C. I think this film was so good that it's now knocked every other film down a letter grade, even though we may have said an A. This was an outstanding film.
I think it was outstanding, but I'm not going to say that it bumps every film down.
In movie community college, this film is such a high grade that you need special permission just to kind of attend this movie to see. You just can't like sign up for it like in college. You remember, Joshua, you had to get certain things when our son was in college. He had to get permission from a counselor or a dean to enroll into something because it just wasn't for the common.
What you're saying is
this film is an elite film.
You're saying it's a graduate level course.
Yes. And if you're just a freshman in movie community college and you say, I want to see Lion, no, oh, that's so cute. No, you need to go work your way through, get some of the prereqs done, and then you will be ready for this film.
Interesting. Wow.
Do you agree or disagree?
Well, like I said, I think it was amazing, but I don't think that you need to then minimize how amazing other films were, like Dangal, for instance, or Airlift. Those are both amazing films too.
Not this. This is something else. This is something else. This is an honors program.
You're putting this in a category.
This is honors.
All by itself.
That's okay. You can have your A there and A-Lift, but this is honors.
Interesting. Okay.
So, I enjoyed the film.
I enjoyed the film too. And now we come to the part of our video where we ask you to please subscribe to our channel.
Please subscribe.
Many people have answered the call and they have subscribed, and we're so really, really thankful for that. We are also truly amazed at how kind and loving the Indian people have been toward us, and we're thankful for that. And so we're asking that you would please continue to help us on our quest for 100,000 subscribers.
Thank you so much for watching, and make sure you check out our website, darkskyradio.com. Again, that's darkskyradio.com. It is the greatest internet radio station ever.
High praise.